try that one more time. How's everybody doing tonight? We're gonna get started in a couple of minutes. Yeah. Everybody's feeling good. Let's get it. What up, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. I am your host, Dusty. Let's get it. You might hear some playback on my phone, just because we're testing sound right now. But we got a great person with me tonight. We got somebody who is no stranger to the gaming community, Mr. Maker of Chaos himself. How are you doing, good sir? Yeah. So what have you been up to, sir? What have you been playing lately?
Well, a lot of it has been spent on Diablo and tearing up that game. And recently, Prime Gaming just dropped Star Wars: The Force Unleashed, so I've been heading back in time and enjoying some of that game. Those are the two main ones. A little bit of Baldur's Gate 3, and I think before that, Planet Lana.
Nice. Okay. While you were talking, I was like balancing sound, so hopefully everything makes sense now. Oh wait, music doesn't make sense. Jesus Christ. There we go. I think it's getting better now. We'll figure it out. Well, thank you, makers, so much for joining me on this stream tonight. For me, I've been playing. Oh God, it's been a whirlwind the last couple weeks. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Work has been a lot. Me and my wife have been doing a lot of stuff. Like, we've been going to concerts and shit. Yeah, so it's like, what have I been playing? It's just more of like, what have I been able to play? I have checked out Fist a little bit. I have been getting fisted, I must say. But that game is really dope. I really love the world. I love the story so far. The gameplay feels fun. It's simple, yet it has a challenge to it. I need to check out. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I played it about a year ago through Steam, and it's a solid Metroidvania style game. Yeah,
I was gonna say I need to check out Arcade Paradise.
Yeah, I haven't played that. I know it dropped on Stadia at one point, but I never checked it out.
Yeah, it's really dope. Like, and from what I understand, there's a lot more to the game than the trailer initially led on. Obviously, a lot of trailers do that for, like, whether it's like movies, games, or whatever. But for Arcade Paradise, it just, it seemed pretty straightforward. It's an old laundromat owned by your parents, and you try to turn it around, and you end up turning it into an arcade and all that good stuff. But apparently there's a lot more layers to that, and now that knowing that intrigues me more to want to play the game and check it out. I told my wife about Bramble. I told her, we need to try that game. There's no combat really involved. It's more of like adventuring around and whatnot. But that's a game that I really want to look at soon. Actually, that brings on a question. What is one game that you have been wanting to play, but you just haven't found the time? Like, what's a game you're itching to play, but you just can't seem to get to it?
I know. I've actually got two. A couple months back, I actually bought both of these games and have not had the chance to get to them. I bought both Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Octopath Traveler 2.
Nice. You played the first one, right?
The first Octopath Traveler, yeah. I never finished it, but I heard the second one's better, and I got about 20 hours in on the first one.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I like, when I can play, I just either throw on some, like, I don't know, Wreckfest, some Skater XL, some hella casual, just, mindless gaming and whatnot. But in between all of that, I've been trying to dig into more games. I feel like I'm just passing the time until Starfield drops. Obviously, I play Diablo 4. But I don't know. I feel like I'm just really, like, I don't know. I feel like, and it's funny too, because some other podcasters had said this recently, like, what do we play until Starfield drops? And that's just kind of like, that's just kind of the feeling right now. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I feel like I've got plenty to play. To me, I finished Final Fantasy not too recently, and then there's some little stuff I've been playing in between. Playing in Lana was one, and as of before, I do have a couple backlog type games. So I think there's a fair amount coming out, and then to me, I just think, well, we got season 1 of Diablo 4 coming on the 20th, and in August we've got a fair bit more stuff coming to. Armored Core 6 is one that I'm looking forward to. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Exo Primal. That should be fun. I'm hoping that game drops tomorrow rather than actually on the 14th. Because sometimes being on the West
late.
Coast.
Yes,
sometimes that happens, but
like late in the evening, sometimes they'll drop it.
Yeah,
a little bit early. I totally blanked on another thing that I've been playing. One of my buddies had never played GTA Online, and so we loaded up GTA 5 with Game Pass for the first time in a while.
Yeah. Yo, we got C Money in the chat, Mr. Mario Kart Madman. What's up, baby? Enjoyed your podcast last night. That shit was funny. That shit was hilarious. You three are a really good trio. That was a really dope podcast. I can't wait for the next one. And I mean that, all love. Diablo 4 is everything right now. Like, so many people are entrenched in Diablo 4. What drops Friday? What were we talking about? What drops on Friday? What game drops Friday? There's a game that drops on Friday.
Exoprimal?
Oh, yeah. Exoprimal. You're welcome, bro. Hey, all love, bro. Yeah, Exoprimal drops on Friday, but my thing is that sometimes when games drop on a certain day, and I think it depends on the publisher and where they're based and what they feel is better for region drops and stuff like that, and time zones and everything.
Yeah.
Some games, for me being on the West Coast, I'll get the game at 9 o'clock, sometimes even 7 o'clock, sometimes even 5 o'clock, because it'll just launch at a certain time, somewhere else around the world on that actual release date. But for me, it's early. You know what I mean? So,
I remember Cyberpunk dropped 6 p.m. The day prior for me.
Yeah,
because they're based out in Poland.
Yeah, it's crazy. So that's I haven't bothered looking into release times for Exoprimal. I'm just hoping that's what happens, because it would be nice to come home. Do my other stream on my other channel, which is completely different. And then after that, just chill on some Exo, but regardless, whether it drops tomorrow or it drops Friday, like I said, for me, everybody listening, I'm on the West Coast, right now. It's about 8:13 p.m. PDT. But regardless if it's the 13th or 14th, I'll be fine. It's not a big deal. But I am excited though. I did have fun with the demo, and then because the demo was, in my opinion, pretty basic, it made me really intrigued about what's going to come in the full game. So I'm excited. You're going to jump in, right? Or how do you feel about it?
I might give it a shot. I mean, like you, I played in the demo and beta, and it was okay. I guess it didn't really impress me too much. I just hope there's more meat to the game when it finally does drop.
All right, cool. Volume levels sound good, sir. I was listening to you talk 2 times.
Okay, cool.
you were doubling in my ear. But yeah, no, I'm excited for Exoprimal. But like I said, I feel like we're just all passing. Those of us that are super give me Starfield now, we're just passing the time until it comes. Speaking of Starfield, what I actually wanted to do was run the direct. Where is it? Here it is. While we talk for a little bit. I've probably watched this direct like, God, 6 times now? 7 times maybe? I can't get enough. The main section that I watch is the shipbuilding section, just because that's the section that intrigues me the most. That's the section that like when I get my hands on this game, I know I'm going to spend a lot of time creating, you know, my character and everything. But when it comes to the shipbuilding, dude, it's
I just think it's because I have talked with people who I guess aren't as hyped as I am about the game. Well, I say hyped. I'm hoping it's a very good game, and I'm looking forward to, you know, playing it and see how it is.
Yeah.
But to me, the customization with the ship, like you get to decide the layout of your ship, you get to decide who your crew members are. It's like Mass Effect, but more customization, and I just think that's really dope.
It's even like for someone like me, like, okay, so like you played Mass Effect, right? And I'm not saying like you didn't play this other game, but for someone like me, it's like Star Trek Online. You know, I was so deep in Star Trek Online.
Create an enterprise,
man.
SS Enterprise, and
man, have a whole fleet of ships, have a whole crew. You know, decide who your first officers are and your cadets and everything. Like, I loved Star Trek Online for that. You know, it obviously growing up, like, I anybody that knows me knows that I'm a really big nerd. I love Marvel, DC, I love Star Wars, but because of my dad, I love Star Trek. I grew up a big Trekkie, and playing Star Trek Online was just the shit. Oh, I was like, you're giving me my own ship, like you said, my own enterprise. You're giving me my own crew. You know, I have missions, but I can go do side stuff. There's a whole galaxy that I'm familiar with because I grew up on Star Trek that I can explore. Are you kidding me? Like, that was the shit when I first discovered Star Trek Online. STO will always be my shit. I love that game. You know, and so when I see Starfield, I'm just like, oh my god, like, this is just so good. It's just too good, you know. Let me see what quality we're in for this video right now.
I was actually pretty shocked at how good the gunplay looked and some of the mechanics, and I feel like there's some people that underplay the systems, like the anti-gravity.
Yeah.
Different worlds having different gravity could effectively change your experience, you know, with combat. Maybe you have different setups depending on which type of planet you're going to go to, and stuff like that. Just, to me, opens up a lot of possibilities and a lot of neat little things that you can do, and I'm looking forward to seeing what I could do, right?
C Money says, Todd said the shipbuilding is more like endgame content. What the don't say that. Hell nah. Starfield is gonna be like your dream game, bro. I know, for real. Gunplay looks so good. Yeah, C is on the money. Let's put it that way. He has it down 100%. Like, we're watching it right now. Gunplay looks good. Like, the terrain looks great. You know, like, I saw some people online hating, like, trying to find ways to hate on, like, the direct and this and that, and I'm like, I don't understand how you can look at this and hate on it when I've never, like, I've seen sci-fi games. I know I enjoy No Man's Sky. I did start a new save. Let's not talk about it, but I am enjoying starting over again. So if anybody wants to join me in some No Man's Sky, that would be cool. But you know, I just don't understand how you could look at this and hate. Like, I really don't see it. Okay, if you're up in arms about the whole 30 frames per second, you know, issue on consoles, okay, I get that. That's fine, whatever. But other than that, like, what I just don't understand how people are like really try to find ways to talk shit about this game. I don't get it.
I definitely
I don't know.
could see being disappointed about the 30 frames per second, and I think one of my friends. Well, I play on PC, so I'm not too worried because I'll be able to adjust it and play it on 60. Um,
Yeah,
but someone kind of talked to me, and I was like, at worst, it's just going to be another Fallout game in space, which is already good for me.
that's fine with me. That's
Yeah.
fine with me. People had issues with 76, and I enjoyed what I played of 76. I probably played like 30 minutes,
Well, I
but I
mean,
enjoyed it.
I wouldn't call it a Fallout 76 because to
No,
me,
yeah, not at all. Yeah,
Fallout 76 was a huge miss because there was no
yeah,
NPCs at the
yeah.
start, and I don't know what they were thinking. Like,
Luckily for me, I didn't get in there in the start. I got in there later after all the updates. So I got to my first run through. I got to enjoy it, with all the fixes.
I think I'd gotten into the beta, and then
Oh, okay.
I was able to try it out and was like, yeah, this is awful. I'm not buying it. Yeah.
C Money says they're just haters, bro. They see me hate. Wait, no, they see me rolling. They hating. All right. 76 is way better now. Yeah, it is much better. That is, that's another game I'd like to return to, actually, is 76. I really abandoned that game for something else. I can't even remember. It was probably Cyberpunk, to be honest with you. I can't even remember. Speaking of which, that's a game I can't wait to jump into once the Cyberpunk 2.0 update comes out. I don't know if I'm going to pick up Phantom Liberty right away, but to hear that we're getting all of these great updates and overhauls that they made to the entire game is coming to the entire game itself. It's not just with the Phantom Liberty update. Makes me so happy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you obviously figure that would happen because Phantom Liberty is a DLC. But the way that they've been talking about it, they really made it seem like all of these fantastic updates come with the DLC. And I was like, wait, I need clarification on this because you guys were really making it sound that way. That's abnormal.
Yeah, no,
but
it's overhauling the whole thing, which I think is a great thing to do.
Which is great for me because I didn't get that far through both of my playthroughs of the game. So by all means, I'm glad to start all over again. I don't mind.
I enjoyed it a lot. I always felt like it had like some of the bones of like an amazing game, but it did feel very unfinished at launch.
Yeah. I mean, even I remember I was playing, and I think I was on Stadia first. And I remember playing, and like I remember everybody was all happy on launch night because people were having issues, on like last gen consoles and PC and whatnot. And we over here on Stadia, and we were all flying high. We're getting in the game, we're playing. What are you all talking about? And then GeForce Now, like an hour or two later, drops the game on their service because they see the issue that was going on, so they had no choice but to drop it. I don't think that was. I'll be honest with you. Looking back, I don't think that was planned. I really don't think GeForce was supposed to drop the game an hour after Stadia did, or an hour after launch or whatever. I honestly think they did it because they saw the fiasco of what was going on. So they were like, you know what? We could probably capitalize on this. Let's drop it on the service and let's see if we can get any new signups. And lo and behold, I promise you, they got new signups. I remember there was a whole bunch of people coming into GFN. I was like, who are you people? But I was happy to see it, And but for Cyberpunk, I'm excited. I'm gonna play that bitch not locally. I'm gonna play it on GeForce Now with my PC plugged in with Ethernet, no Wi-Fi, because we don't do that around here when we cloud game at home. And I'm gonna enjoy that bitch in 4K 120 or probably 4K like 85, let's be honest, but it's gonna be beautiful and I'm gonna enjoy it. I'm gonna make my wife watch with me as if it's a movie, even though she's not really into futuristic kind of stuff like I am, but it's all good. Um, so what is, speaking of Cyberpunk, before we move on to one of the topics of the evening or of the night, what is one thing of the new update that you're looking forward to specifically?
I mean, honestly, just the story of Phantom Liberty. I hear it's going to be a bit more kind of stealth based. I think Idris Elba is a great actor, and I look forward to seeing his performance.
Yeah, me too.
So I don't know. To me, I'm CD Projekt Red has always been great about their narrative telling. Like even though there was a lot of bugs with Cyberpunk that I had. Like I played on PC, I didn't have any issues like performance-wise. I was still running at 60 frames, and it visually looked super impressive. I still have screenshots on my PC of like going to Afterlife at the bar and taking screenshots and stuff like that. Just the narrative itself, I really enjoyed the side stories, the characters. They super excelled at, and I'm looking forward to that with the DLC.
For me, I'm looking forward to the overhaul of the police system and of like the AI of the populated life in the game, because that was such a downer to where, you would cause a ruckus and nothing would really happen, and then you would barely do anything, and then you would get rolled up on.
They would just crouch if you like were trying to run people over, and they wouldn't run away.
And then and then like you would cause an explosion, and like 3 people would run away, but 2 people are still standing there, like as if nothing happened. And I'm like,
or just walk off.
Right? Yeah, like what is going on right now? But I'm excited. I've always had the developers back when it came to this game. When it came to purchasing this game, it was never about supporting those that sit at the top, because, there was rumblings before release that there was a lot of things going on behind the scenes, that were not okay as far as the release of this game, and a lot of what we were told prior to the release. So now that we have come this far and all this time later, and we're finally approaching, Cyberpunk 2.0 and Phantom Liberty, I'm excited. I'm genuinely excited. And, it's the same excitement I felt in supporting the developers of this game, because I know that they genuinely care about it. That, I just have that feeling again, and that excitement again. I don't feel the rush to pick up Phantom Liberty right away, but that's only because I'm starting over again. So, just let me get through the story. I'm not good at finishing games, guys. Let's be honest. Like Pong Soul out there. Shout out to Pong Soul. I'm a grazer. I'm one of those kind of gamers. I test and play a lot of different games. Don't check my gamer scores on shit. Okay. Because if I don't like a game after 10 minutes, I'm out. And that's just how I am. I
rarely 100% a game with achievements. I think there's only a handful, like Halo 3, Elden Ring, and like a couple others that I've just 100%ed.
Like I can see, here's the difference between me and some other people out there. I can recognize that a game is really good, even if I don't like it personally for myself. And other people don't know how to differentiate the two. Just because I don't like a game, you're never going to hear me call the game trash. The game is not trash just because I don't like it. Like, you know what I mean? And a lot of people out there do that shit, and it really bothers me, because it's like, why does a game have to be trash just because you don't like it? Can we be objective here and subjective? Actually, can we be both?
I would say some things that I'm highly critical of, or I'm not a huge fan of, is point and click adventures. And I played through the entirety of Pentiment, and I can acknowledge, like, it might not have been like my favorite game of last year, but I can acknowledge that it's a a really well made game.
Yeah.
Like the history that they researched into it, the different languages, the characters, they did a really good job. Like the artwork's really good too. So I can appreciate it for what it has.
Yes.
Even if,
it may not be for you,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I just wish more people would reiterate that to their audience, out there, because a lot of people watching, as viewers, they get this idea like, oh, well, this person thinks this game sucks because they don't like it and they say it's trash, so therefore I think it's trash too, it must be trash. And it's like, well, first of all, think for yourself. Okay, just because they didn't like it, why don't you go try it if it piques your interest? And second of all, just because you, like I said before, just because you don't like a game for you, you still need to recognize if the game is good or not. Because a game can be great, just not for you. Or a game could be a complete piece of hot fucking garbage, and that's why it's really not for you or anyone else. And we can all recognize that together. You know what I mean? Let's be realistic here. You know what I'm saying?
Redfall.
So Redfall is not a bad game, but it is
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, right. It is not. I've played a little bit, and it's not a bad game. It is not a great game. It is a good game with a good idea that suffered, unfortunately, to social media, but rightfully so, because, come on, guys, like, Redfall should have been 4K fucking 60. Come on. But
I'll definitely say that it probably should have been delayed at least another year.
Dude, it should have gotten the Halo treatment, bro. And I say that because not only did it need the FPS boost, but it also needed more content. And when I say content, I don't mean like more missions or loot or things like that, but like just in between shit to experience and do. Like, I forgot who was playing the game the other day, but they were doing a review on it, and one thing they said that I agreed to was, when you're not doing something, the world feels very empty until you finally like approach like an enemy to kill. But then even then, it only lasts for so long, and then it's back to like being quiet again. And I was like, yeah, I got a sense of that too. Like, it just, the in-betweens of the game just feel empty, like this.
I will say know. like my brothers played it and he likes it. He actually said something funny that I told one of my buddies who likes Destiny 2 this. He was like, what? But my brother said he likes Redfall better than Destiny 2. And and I don't know if I quite agree with that, because as of before, I have not tried it yet. Right now, I'm kind of waiting, hoping that they keep getting like updates and maybe polish it a bit more before I jump in.
Yeah,
I was a fan of Prey, so it's kind of sad to see all the struggles that the team faced, and the people leaving, and just the inner turmoil where some people didn't even want the game to release, whereas like higher ups kind of wanted to push it out. It just seems like it was a struggle for that team.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you. I want to go back to it because I did enjoy the world that they did create. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm nitpicking, right? I'm critiquing, but it is a game that I do want to return to, just because I feel like the people that worked on it did have a good idea that they believed in, and I want to give it a chance. Like, I've seen much worse games than Redfall. It's just that there was an expectancy that they put, and that's what ultimately, dug their own grave, so to speak, in the end. Let's see. Let's get.
And
Go ahead.
I also wanted to clarify. I don't necessarily think it was the Activision or not the Activision, the Microsoft acquisition that affected it, because to me it sounds like this had been stemming prior to the acquisition. And also that from reports that Microsoft was very hands off on the project.
Too hands off. Yeah.
Yeah, and they probably should have had a bit more oversight on the project to say, hey, this ain't up to speed. We need to...
I think what happened was Phil or whoever honestly thought that the studio would understand what was expected of that game. And that... I don't know why they just didn't ask for more time. Maybe they were afraid of social scrutiny. You know, I don't know.
It might have just been higher ups pushing it out. Like the head of Arcane might have been wanting to get it up and out so that they can move on to something different.
Yeah, like you get one person that doesn't like delays and they're like, no, fuck that. We're pushing this out and it's going to be great because I believe in you guys. But it's like too much pressure and too much, force, against, you're just like, I don't know. You just can't force shit. Like, if it's not working, it's not working. If it's not ready, it's not ready. And you're like, every studio that belongs to Microsoft and Xbox should understand that you have the luxury of asking for more time. Like, they've given that to you. I don't understand.
I think they still don't want to like spend too much time, because the longer you spend on a project, that's money they're not making, right? So I think from like a business perspective, there is some push, because at some point you do need to push the game out. Because like I watched like a documentary and I think it was like the Psych Odyssey for Psychonauts, and Tim Schafer basically said, at some point you got to push it out, because creatives will just want to keep creating and they'll want to keep adding things onto the game.
Yeah.
And at a certain point you need to cut. You need to set your kind of boundaries. But I don't think I see a lot of people who bash Xbox for their acquisitions and say that because of the acquisitions, like they're not making good games. But I already think that it's already debunked, because Psychonauts 2 came out and was nominated for Game of the Year the year it came out. Hi-Fi Rush came out this year and was great. Pentiment, great. Grounded, pretty good. It's just it's I don't see the hate that Microsoft gets about it.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you watch that documentary with Tim Schafer, it really shows like they did take a hands-off approach with Double Fine, but I think that's for the better for them, since they are a smaller studio, and they're known for making good games.
Yeah. C Money in the chat says Arcane got screwed by what Bethesda needed them to do at the time. Nah, it was Bethesda. He also says Microsoft won't make that mistake again. You damn right. Agreed. Gave Arcane trust. I'm assuming that's when I said like gave them like too much trust and whatnot. 2021 was great for Xbox. Silent Cypher has a message retracted. C Money. PlayStation fanboys are wild, dude. Too wild. Silent Cypher says, good evening. Sorry I'm late. All good, bro. Oh shit, what? It's Silent Cypher in this bit. What? Dude. I need that horn. I have the Stream Deck for iPad, so I need to put like a soundboard section of different sounds, when people like come in the chat and like I need the horn, like, oh shit, Silent Cypher's in the chat, for like no ass reason. Everybody deserves a shout out, I guess. But shout out to Silent Cypher, shout out to C Money. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please share the stream out to everybody you know. Let them know where the conversation is at for the night. And let's keep it going. We've been doing nothing but rambling for 40 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
It's all good though. But let's get into the meat of the podcast. I mean, we pretty much covered one of the topics, and that was pretty much just talking games, and we pretty much did that. You know what I'm saying? The other part of the podcast that I wanted to get into, which will lead into the final topic of the podcast, which is which franchise would you like to see make a return? But first, I would like to discuss Microsoft, Xbox versus the FTC / Sony PlayStation. Yeah, damn right. It's FTC Sony. I don't give a shit what nobody says. To me, they are one and the same as far as I'm concerned. And CMA is like PlayStation Junior, you know, like Nick Jr. or some shit. So let's talk about it. Microsoft and Xbox whooped that ass. Sorry, I had to say it. Judge Corley handed that ass. Sorry, had to. But pretty much we all know Microsoft, Xbox defeated the FTC in their hearing for the acquirement, I should say, of Activision Blizzard King, ABK. And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. We have some important updates for everybody. And I expected this. I expected this to happen. But the FTC has officially filed their appeal against Judge Corley, Microsoft and Xbox, and all of our subscriptions. No, no, but the FTC has filed an official appeal against the decision, and this just further delays everything, I guess. As far as I know, the deadline is still July 18th. So even with this appeal, Microsoft still has the opportunity to close the deal. I believe starting after the 14th, which is tomorrow night. So for those of you that don't know, despite this appeal, and if I'm wrong, please correct me in the chat, or Maker, please correct me if you know. Despite this appeal, because of the timing of the deadline, Microsoft is still in favor of being able to close said deal after July 14th, 11:59 p.m. Now, if I am wrong, and that because the FTC filed this appeal, we must wait until next week to see what happens, then, you know, so be it. We have waited this long. But if I had to speak for everybody else, God freaking damn it. Sorry, God, I love you. But what the fuck? Okay? Like, let's be honest. What are we doing here, FTC? What are we doing here? You know? Like, what is happening? I get why they're doing it. You know, it's a game it's a game of chess. I get it, but
I know exactly why they're doing it. I mean, they've said it before. They're against big companies making large acquisitions and mergers, and they're trying to push back on that. And to me, I think that's why they accepted a lot of talking points that Sony was arguing for. But it definitely seemed like the judge was more leaning towards Microsoft in that case. And I think a big thing was FTC were having a lot of trouble backing up what they were saying with facts. And so unless, like, in the appeal that they're able to actually show solid evidence, I don't think that this appeal is going to go through. Like, potentially they could, like, fast track it and knock it out within the next 2 days, because technically the PI or the TRO ends Friday night at midnight.
Yeah, and that's what Cypher said
Um,
in the chat. He said, where was it? Let me scroll up a little bit. He said FTC got their butt kicked in court. They are butthurt about the results and are throwing a fit like my young children would. And then he said, oh no, I think it was C Money who said it. Where was it? They can, yeah, it was C Money. He said they can close after Friday night. So despite the appeal, they can close.
They
Now
can.
the
They
PI
could still close. Yeah. After Friday night.
Yeah.
Whether or not they will do that, they might hold until Monday for the stock market open, because it'll be better for their stock if they close on a Monday morning.
Yeah.
Because usually you want to break good news at the beginning of the week and bad news at the end, because the stock market closes for the weekend.
Yeah.
So I still think that they'll probably announce it Monday morning, 8 a.m. And as before, unless the, I guess, Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals grants a stay, I don't think that they'll be able to fast track it within 2 days. It's going to be tough.
Well, see,
because I don't know like what judge is going to be looking over it for this. There's a bunch of factors. I think it's highly unlikely that they're going to get that appeal.
Well, see, that's another thing. The Court of Appeals, they can't be pressured into acting that fast.
I mean,
right?
At the same time, the judge for this recent case, they did state in their conclusion that it was rushed due to it being time sensitive. So they can rush it if they feel it is within the boundaries of them needing to rush it.
Yeah.
So it's a potential. I'm still leaning probably like 80-20 that it's still going to go through. But I'm leaving that chance open that there is a possibility that they appeal to some judge that will grant them, the PI or the TRO.
See, it's weird for me. I feel like I'm at 105% right now. And the 100% is the deal is going through. The 5% is the part where I worry. You know what I mean? Like, I'm so overly confident, but I still have a bit of worry in me regardless. You know what I mean? Like, you can't tell me otherwise that this deal is not going through. But I still worry a little bit, That's just I'm at 105%, baby.
I mean, it kind of worries me a little bit because a lot of these people that are fighting for it don't know the gaming industry, and it's pretty clear if you read. Like, I think on both sides, but I would say the FTC did a lot more fumbles when it comes to the gaming industry. Them blatantly use an example that Sony already does with Call of Duty, saying it as something that would be harmful that Xbox could do is kind of hilarious. Or asking if to cloud stream it required a Windows license. Stuff like that was kind of hilarious seeing them try and argue stuff like that.
Let's see. C Money says, I imagine they want to close as soon as humanly possible, whenever that may be. No, I agree. The judge closed off every way the FTC could possibly try to appeal. I agree with that. And I think that's why she waited till Tuesday, to just make it that much harder for the FTC to really rebuttal this. But
I mean, technically it was filed yesterday, but it went public today.
Yeah.
So
the judge closed, deal going through 100%. LOL 105.
I'm
at
still
105%.
I'm like, never say never.
Yeah. I'm the same way. It's like WWE. You never know what's gonna fucking happen.
I don't underestimate, things. Murphy's Law, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. What was I gonna say? Somebody asked me, just to go back a little bit. They were like, "Oh, did you listen to any of the hearing?" And I was like, "Yeah, I listened to it." I kept saying trial for so long, and I was like, "No, it's a freaking hearing. Get it right." Um, and I was like, he asked me what I thought about it, and I told him honestly, I was like, I really feel like the FTC got their ass whooped. And if I was working for the FTC, I'd be so fucking embarrassed. Just so embarrassed. Like, why?
I mean, the judge pointed out a lot of like fallacies. Like, they sued to block back in December and then didn't file with the federal court to block until like less than a month. Oh, actually, it was about a month before the deal needed to close. And so even in the statement, they called out that the FTC should have gone to federal court prior to this happening, like months before.
Yeah. What a mess. This whole situation for what? Almost 19 months now has been a mess.
Well, I mean, I understand why they did it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I get it.
It's yeah, because they are kind of anti big company getting bigger, but all I ever hear is that it is Call of Duty, when I think a large amount of people underestimate the amount of mobile presence that Activision Blizzard King has, especially with like Diablo Immortal now. You've got Hearthstone, Call of Duty Mobile, and Candy Crush, which all rake in massive amounts of revenue for the company.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it's just I think if anything, this is like a big play for mobile and PC, because I love Blizzard games and I play them on PC. World of Warcraft, Diablo.
Well, I was telling people, like, and somebody tried arguing with me in another Discord that shall not be named. Tried arguing with me about what this deal was actually about, and I was like, no, I really think you have this backwards. Let me tell you what this deal is about. For Microsoft, this deal is about mobile and expanding. For Sony, this deal is about Call of Duty and just being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, nobody
I think if the roles were reversed, Microsoft would definitely kind of argue as well.
Well, obviously, but I mean that's because Sony's already been up to no good for like 30 years, right?
I mean, Call of Duty is the breadwinner for both of them, and I think they both fight tooth and nail. And I don't think any one company is, I guess, better than the other, because I think they all kind of do shady shit in the back end.
The only thing, in my opinion, and even then I still have my reservations, I'm still careful, but this is, and I will say this is something that I love about the Xbox community versus the PlayStation community, is the Xbox community has a great time with each other, but we will let Xbox know when we don't agree with shit. You know what I mean? When we're not happy about shit.
I'd see a lot more Microsoft people calling out shit, like the games with gold.
Yeah.
When that dropped, I posted.
My God,
dude.
I
was like, bro, why are you doubling the price on that?
When I saw that, my jaw dropped. Like, I remember that moment. I was like, I couldn't even say anything.
The games were already trash on Games with Gold.
When they reversed it, I was like, damn straight. I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. You know how many people they would have lost? Oh my God. Like, I feel like people are more willing to leave Xbox for another platform than they are to leave another platform for Xbox.
I mean, I've even called them out on their PC gaming app, like the Xbox app on PC. It's getting better. I mean, it's still not great. It's not as good as, like Steam or like Battle.net launcher or some of these other launchers, but it has been getting better, and they've been adding stuff, which I appreciate. But I still called them out on they need to step up their game with specific stuff. And I think it's good to call out the companies when you feel like they're doing something wrong.
Yeah, I just wish the blue side, would do that more to their company.
I see some of them call it out, but I do wish that they call it out a bit more.
Don't get me wrong. You have people like Mr. Badbit. I love Mr. Badbit. If you guys don't know, subscribe to the Trophy Room on YouTube. Mr. Badbit. He has a great podcast. He has a great show. But what I love about it is I feel like I'm watching Boom's show, Double Barrel Gaming. Shout out to Boom. But for PlayStation. Because obviously Boom plays on PlayStation, but he covers more Xbox than he does PlayStation. And the Trophy Room is obviously, PlayStation specific. But what I love about it is that it's not about like, yeah, we're PlayStation, let's hate on Xbots, like let's call all of them Xbots, like they're all just freaking robots. Like, look, first of all, just because I'm a dancer and can do a mean robot does not mean I am one, okay? Just because I play on Xbox, all right? Cool, thank you. But if you want to battle, we can make it happen on some Dance Dance 2024. Anyway, the point is...
Yeah, I think they all kind of have their pluses and minuses personally. I mean, I've got all of them.
I agree.
I got PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch, and PC. PC's my main platform, by the way. I've been PC gaming for the past over 15 years.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean,
I've always loved PC gaming, but I've always loved PC gaming, and I'm a tech guy because of my dad. But I wasn't able to finally get into PC gaming until like a few years ago. And I've loved it ever since. I haven't looked back. I enjoy it, So.
I built my first gaming PC when I was 17.
Nice, dude. Better than me, shit. I bought a pre-built, but it is as they would describe, custom pre-built. So it can be modified easily and whatnot and upgraded and all that stuff. I feel like it's just marketing speak, but whatever. But I love it. I still have my console, for the big TV in the living room, but
We're not going to talk about my PC rig choices back then, though. I went with like a plastic case, which was the worst possible option for heating. So but I just like gaming in general, and I enjoy playing on them all.
Well, if people can't tell by now, I mean, this is episode 2 of the P.O.G. podcast right here on G-Wave TV. If people can't tell, this is a Xbox Game Pass, but also NVIDIA PC and GeForce Now cloud gaming and xCloud gaming and cloud gaming and console gaming and PC gaming centric channel. So... we do bleed green over here, but we are, what is the correct terminology I'm looking for? We don't bash you for the platform that you choose to play on around here, okay? If you play games on mobile, you're still a gamer. If you play games on cloud, you're still a gamer. If you play games on console, well, obviously you're a gamer, and obviously on PC and so on and so forth. If you game on Linux, you're a gamer. It doesn't matter what if you play board games, you're a fucking gamer, okay? A gamer is somebody who plays games and enjoys playing them. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Jesus, I love you too.
All I know is I get hate for saying that I think the Xbox Series generation is already better than the Xbox One. Man,
yeah, facts. Let me get to the chat real quick. Silent Cypher says he says, oh, that was the message I wanted to read. Still going through. Listen, bro. Silent Cypher says, I know why they did it. I just don't like the posturing and personal interest that is steering the decision to attack this acquisition. Dude, 100% agree, bro. C Money says, facts, because Microsoft is in third. Of course they would fight. Sony abuses their position. Silent Cypher says, who is the person doing the show with you, G-Wave? I don't see his name on the screen. That is Maker of Chaos. And I realized that the way I have this set up using Discord, it is not showing names.
You can probably update just the description on the video.
Yeah, I'll update it. Well, I was actually gonna tell you, Maker, when you get a chance, DM me your socials that you would like to be shared, and I will add those to the description after the show is done. Yeah. But that is Maker of Chaos 12, right? 12?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Maker of Chaos 12. He is joining me for tonight's episode. Thank you so much, sir. He is a long time. Okay. I want to say long time just because COVID and lockdown made everything feel like such a long time. So, in cloud gaming speak, he is a long time gaming friend of mine. We met through Discord as well as other podcasts and gaming channels and whatnot. And he's just always been a good energy I've always found ever since I've met him. And I invited him here to be a part of the show. He hit me up, said he was available tonight, and here we are. So thank you.
Yeah, I'm always down to talk gaming.
Hell yeah. Oh, do I have the video on?
But we should probably kind of shift it back to what we were talking about.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So, well, to wrap up what we were talking about, which will lead into our final topic. So with the FTC coming with their appeal, but Microsoft still being able to essentially close this deal after Friday night, let's just go ahead and transition into the final topic. What this deal is pretty much done. That's how we all pretty much feel. We're all at least 80% sold.
That it's pretty much gonna go through at this point.
Exactly. So speaking as if the deal has gone through, what are some franchises or a franchise you would like to see make a return after this deal is finalized?
Oh, man, I want to pick one or two, but I think the big one for me would probably be StarCraft. I think there's just so much potential with that IP, and I'd love to see either a new StarCraft game come out or, heck, even make like a first-person shooter or even like an action adventure in like a alien place. That'd be really cool. But if I were to pick, like, I guess the two runner-ups would probably be Warcraft would be another one, and Guitar Hero.
Dude, thank you. That is my number 2. Guitar Hero, Rock Band. I don't care which one. Obviously Guitar Hero, because that was the original. But
oh yeah, it's the OG. I loved it.
I had so much fun playing Rock Band with my old friends. Oh my god, please bring something back for that. Please. That would be freaking amazing.
It would be fun.
For me, before I get to it, let me catch up on the chat real quick. I'm new at this, guys. I'm sorry. Let's see. Hey everyone. Oh, Bach from the Dead 1 is in the chat. He has landed. Hello, good sir, or ma'am, or sir. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. Always love seeing you in the chat. Always a good energy to interact with, during these podcast streams and whatnot. Let's see. Linux though, G. Yeah, Linux, Silent. Damn it. We got to think about the Linux players too, bro. Come on, Steam Deck, baby. Even though I don't have one.
I have one.
I know you do. Get out. No, I to everyone that has a Steam Deck or an ROG Ally, I love you and I hate you at the same time. All right. So Bach from the Dead says, I dust off my PlayStation occasionally to play an exclusive. LOL, even though I prefer Xbox. Hey, that's what it's there for. That's why you bought it. Let's see. C Money says laughing my ass off. Silent Cypher says good evening, Chaos. Chaos says evening. Hey Chaos, dope, excellent. Silent, laughing my fucking ass off. Oh wait, I wrote that. Wow, you're doing great, G-Wave. Awesome vibe. Hey, I hope you guys are enjoying the vibe. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you're enjoying the background music. Like, don't get me wrong, I love podcasts that don't have background music. It's not a big deal. But for me, I'm a longtime professional dancer with a love for gaming. I cannot do a podcast for an hour plus and not have some kind of music going. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying the vibe. As I said earlier, share the stream out with your friends. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, give a like. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
So now that we're caught up on the chat,
you were about to say, I think about to say what you were gonna recommend.
Yes.
That they.
So C Money did say that his deck is now on the side because he now has an ally, and
I'm a little jealous. I almost got the ally.
I think you should do it if you can. At least one of us should. Silent Cypher says, I'm enjoying the show. Cheers, gentlemen. Cheers, brother. Thank you. Much love to you. Great job earlier tonight on Xbox International. So, for the final topic, what is the one franchise, for me, the only franchise that Dusty cares about upon the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King? Ultimate Alliance 3. That is all I care about. Ultimate Alliance 3. Just give it to me.
Wouldn't they need approval from like Marvel?
Dude, no. Because as far as I know, ABK owns the complete rights to those games. So, I mean, but knowing Microsoft, I mean, they got license money. You know what I mean? It's not like they can't cut a check to Marvel Disney real quick. You know what I'm saying? And the good thing is that Microsoft is already in a good position as far as we see with Disney and Marvel, specifically because of, you know, the Indiana Jones exclusive that's coming. And if you guys don't know, Indiana Jones, yes, baby, is exclusive to Xbox. So, you know, I don't see that being an issue unless the licensing is just, you know, ridiculous. Then okay,
yeah.
You know, but
I could see it be multi-plat, like a multi-plat game.
Just put Ultimate Alliance 2 on xCloud, please, and then bring it to GeForce Now. Come on, please. Speaking of which, in case you guys don't know, before I forget, tomorrow, Thursday, July 12th, right? Tomorrow's the 12th. Yes. Today was the 11th. No, today's the 12th.
Tomorrow's the
13th. Sorry. Tomorrow, Thursday, July 13th, 6 a.m. PDT. That's West Coast time. NVIDIA GeForce Now will drop its weekly blog where they release news on the games that are coming to the service. So make sure you stay tuned for that. There's a new video coming out by Game Tech Planet. His video will hit right at 6 a.m. So make sure you subscribe to his channel. If I remember, I'll try to leave a link to his channel in the description. I'm really bad at that, but I will do a better job because I got to be a professional.
Speaking of GeForce Now, do you mind if I
go
share
for it.
An interesting thing? So I wasn't sure if this would work or not, but I know there's been a lot of talk about Baldur's Gate 3 not coming on to Xbox. What a lot of people don't know is GeForce Now is playable through the browser on your Xbox and has Baldur's Gate 3. And that's the PC version, which releases over a month early compared to the PS5 version. So technically, Xbox players will be able to can play Baldur's Gate 3 a month early using GeForce Now.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah, I found that out because technically you can play it now because I played it with one of my buddies. His name is David Wilson. He he's like I can't remember his gamer tag, but yeah, we started playing some Baldur's Gate 3 recently, and I thought it was so cool that he was able to play it through his Xbox.
That's freaking wild. I forgot that you can do that because I mean I know you can do it. I just don't ever do it because I don't need to. But that's so wild.
So yeah, for those Xbox gamers that are worried about Baldur's Gate 3 or want to play that, that's your tip.
So wait, but you gotta, because it's GeForce Now, you gotta buy Baldur's Gate 3 on Steam, or?
Yep, through Steam.
Okay.
And then you just load up the GeForce Now website and click play on Baldur's Gate and log in. Right.
Sick. Hell yes. Back from the Dead says, "Sir," and pronounced back. My gamer tag was a play on words to represent my faith, gaming, and mental health awareness. Also, BAC is my initials. Oh, hell yeah. It's the BAC, baby! From the Dead. 1. I like that, though. And I'm glad you said mental health awareness. That is something I am taking more seriously in my older age. I may sound young, I may look young, but I am definitely older than I look. So I'm really glad that you said that. More power to you, all the energy in the world that I can give to each and everyone out there. You know, stay strong, stay tough, keep gaming, and don't rage quit. Let's see. Yo, Ultimate all once needs to be on Xbox. Yeah, you damn right. Back, that's clever. Hell yeah, India is exclusive. 13th. Yes, it is the 13th. You're right. I need to record. Silent Cypher says, I need to record myself saying exclusive so I can use it whenever we hear of one coming, because I sense we're going to hear quite a lot of that word for the rest of this generation. Dude, Silent Cypher, you remind me of one of my friends from my dance crew. Shout out to Most Wanted crew. He has a very deep voice, and you have a very natural deep voice. We got to get you on the show, sir. You and C Money. I think that would be a really, really good show. And then we got to get Maker on that one as well. We'll get the 4 of us and just chop it up. See if maybe Retri wants to stop by.
Try not to ramble too much.
Man. That's what makes a podcast like a podcast is the moments of rambling. Am I right? So, but like I said, getting back to it, that's my ultimate, for lack of a better word, pick as far as franchises that I would like to see make a return. Obviously, I think everything that can potentially come is just equally exciting, because just having ABK period itself is exciting. You know what I mean? And having that access through Game Pass, and you know, just what kinds of perks we might be able to get through it, and different benefits and whatnot. It's just, I don't know, it's just really exciting times to not only be a gamer, but be an Xbox gamer. And to be a PC gamer too, because even if you're not an Xbox gamer and you're a PC gamer, you're going to be reaping a lot of benefits from this as well too. You know, I know a lot of PC gamers that switched from playing their Xbox games through Steam and now use the PC app for their PC games, because why wouldn't you? You know, you have PC Game Pass, why wouldn't you use the PC app? So it's interesting to see the migration. You know, I wouldn't say it's huge or anything like that. I haven't like looked at, you know, any numbers or done any research or anything, but it is quite interesting to just casually talk to people here and there and be like, oh yeah, for my Xbox games, like I don't use Steam, I use the PC app because I have PC Game Pass. Like, why would I use Steam? Blah blah blah. I'm not gonna buy the games, you know, like for a second time. And I don't know. It's just it's wild. But that's about it for tonight's episode. I don't think I had any other topics I wanted to cover. I think the only thing I wanted to mention was I saw the trailer for Ride 5, the motorcycle racing game. Xbox dropped a gameplay overview trailer for that. That actually looks really, really good. I like motorcycle racing games. I have a little secret passion for them on the side, so I'm actually kind of intrigued by that one. Was there anything you wanted to mention before we head on out of here, or before we say our goodbyes to everyone?
Just maybe a little bit of what was covered over the ID at Xbox. There's a few games that kind of caught my eye. Everspace 2 coming to Game Pass was a nice little thing that was announced. They showed some gameplay from the Hellboy game. I think there was a game called like Myth Force that looked kind of cool. Saturday cartoon looking game. So yeah, just definitely check out the ID at Xbox games that are coming, and
Nice.
some of them look really cool.
Yeah, I unfortunately wasn't able to watch the event. I'm actually going to catch up on that before Sunday, because I wanted to talk. I wanted that to be one of the topics for Sunday's podcast. Make sure you guys check out Sunday's podcast. It'll be episode 1 of the GIG cast, the Grass is Greener podcast. For those of you that you might think that means one thing, but it's all Xbox, baby.
Yeah, this is another type of green that you can talk
You know what I'm saying? The grass is greener on my side, baby. Woo! No, so please join me. Jesus. Please join me on Sunday for episode 1 of the GIG cast. Before we head on out of here, Maker, please let everyone know where they can find you on the socials.
Yeah, I mostly just post stuff on Twitter and Threads, Maker of Chaos 12, and occasionally I'll stream on Twitter when a big release drops. So
nice. And then you guys can find me on Twitter and on Threads at the Dusty Uno. You can also find me on my personal channel on YouTube, just Dusty, or you can probably search at the Dusty Uno. And yeah, you can also catch me in the chat in, Double Barrel Gaming streams, or Fun Speculation, or Living Split Screen, or Xbox International, or Mario Kart Madman stream, because he streams with his family and they're blowing up. And their stream last night was lit like a bic. So yeah. But as always, see you guys next time. Stay safe out there. It's a crazy world, but somebody's got to do it. And hold on to your loved ones, because you never know when it might be over. But to end things on a brighter note, as always, love, peace, and chicken grease on my Jesus piece. I'll figure out a better outro. But all in all, much love to you all. Love you and yours. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you, Makers, so much for joining me. We hope to have you on a future episode of either the P.O.G. or the GIG on G-Wave TV. Thank you so much, everybody. Have a great night. And we'll see you next time. Peace.